What is up, guys? This is the Overleveled podcast, episode 56. And then guess what happens in 13 episodes, man? Episode 69. It's going to be a great podcast, you know. Everyone loves the number 69. But we got quite a bit of topics. I do hope everyone enjoyed their Christmas, New Year's, holidays. I know I did, and I hope you guys got every present that you guys wanted. And yeah, we're gonna get into some of like the PlayStation side of news because a lot of stuff has come out. CES is still happening, and I am just like, okay. And PlayStation had a little Sony. Because they have other entertainment divisions, and they showed off, I think some TVs, a camera, but that is for directors. So don't try and buy one of those because those are very expensive. They're used for filmmaking. You shouldn't invest in that unless you have a good production company, something like that. And but they were there, and PlayStation announced on Sony stage that they sold 91.6 million units to consumers, and that is insane. I do think by the ending of this year, or even by the ending of E3, that they might make it to the 100 million mark, which proves a lot of people wrong about the gaming industry dying, declining. It is not. It is going strong, and this proves it, and it proves it along with the Nintendo Switch. Xbox not so much, but hey, man, we got 2 out of the 3 doing amazing numbers, and got to give props to Sony. We always got to do that because they're doing these amazing feats and stuff like that, and it will catch up to the PlayStation 1 sales. Will come up, catch up to PlayStation 2. No, PlayStation 2 is 150 mil. I don't ever see a console hitting that number. It just wasn't because PlayStation 2 was very affordable. Out of the gate, it was $200 when it first came out. So, and I also had a DVD player and I had a lot of things going for it. Whereas now, machines are more expensive, consoles are more expensive. So, we could have the best graphical, games, and games like, God of War, Uncharted, Last of Us Part 2, Ghost of Tsushima, Death Stranding that utilize that technology. But Jigo, what do you think about these PlayStation 4 sales? You think this is pretty good for Sony?
Chiga?
Oh man, he's gone. All right.
Sorry. It's really good for the people who care about numbers, but as somebody who doesn't, as long as they're doing well enough that they will continue to make consoles, that's all I really care about. But yeah, that's a big feat. It's good.
You think they're gonna hit the 100 mil this year?
They should. The way it's going, they should.
Mm-hmm.
But you never know.
I feel. What about you, Inspector?
I think it's great. It really shows, I guess, the staying power of PlayStation, and it's definitely selling better than the PS3 did.
Oh yeah, it outsold the PS3 now, so the lifetime sales.
Yeah, I think it's gonna pass 100 million, but I don't think it's gonna pass PlayStation 2.
Yeah.
So,
what about you, Toddy? What do you think?
Yeah, I agree with Inspector. I don't think it'll pass PlayStation 2 sales whatsoever. I think it's already surpassed PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 1, pretty much, right?
Well, it's about to
overtake
PlayStation.
By the weekend, it probably will. So I'm just thinking, it won't surpass PlayStation 2 sales because PlayStation 2 was a unique thing back in the day. It was cheap and all of that, like you said, and pretty much it's coming to its end of its cycle anyway, so I doubt many people will be invested into getting the PlayStation 4 now.
It's in a slight decline, when we gather for sales to sales. Last year it I don't know if it's holiday. I think it's just holiday. It sold 5.9 million in the holiday season, and this year it sold 5.6. So you see the slight decline in the each year for the holiday sales, but still those are really good numbers for holiday sales. That's a lot of units being sold in the holiday season.
At least it sold more bad than Xbox. So
damn, taking shots at Xbox. So we also got more Sony news at the CES. It was said by PlayStation that Spider-Man has sold 9 million copies, and I believe they clarified saying it is not to the holiday. It was up until November. That's what I heard for that, which is crazy. And this is like really, really well. And this is also, a game that is only on one console, and I've been telling people like this game will probably be the best-selling PlayStation exclusive, and this also gives to the fact that when Sony sees these type of numbers, like they did with like Last of Us and like God of War, they're going to give a bigger budget for those games, and I could totally see Sony going like, you know what, because we did so much numbers, we're going to expand your budget, Insomniac, for Spider-Man 2. And it also shows, hey, a lot of people like superhero games still. Superhero games aren't in a decline, after we haven't had a traditional superhero game in since 2015. But Inspector, what do you think about the numbers for Spider-Man?
I think it's great. It really shows that people really love this game, and it has like a broad appeal. And as you said, I don't think they're gonna raise the budget that much for the sequel. I think it's gonna be around the same budget, but maybe a little bit bigger, but like we don't know because we don't know the details of Spider-Man 2 yet, but
What about you, Jigga? What do you think about those Spider-Man numbers?
Oh man, they're good. I'm glad it did well because I want a sequel. And about the budget, I don't like. They might give them a little bit more money, but I doubt it's gonna be like anything to really do much. Like, yeah, it's good. I'm glad the game did so well. Hopefully, they just don't do the screwball shit. Get rid of her, bro.
I think they're gonna definitely get rid of her. Because people, are complaining about it, and usually they listen to that type of stuff, like they did with like the web swinging and the charge jump and stuff like that in Rain. So most likely it will, and the Sam Raimi suit. What do you think, Talati, about the Spider-Man sales?
I think the sales are really good. 9 million copies between September to November. That's pretty good. In terms of what Sony budget wise, I think Sony will give them a little bit more budget, to produce a even more better game than what they did with Marvel Spider-Man. So we could see a sequel where it's more like, unique, and we could see a lot of different stuff, and possibly even some deals that Sony will do with Marvel, such as skins and challenge maps and stuff like that, which I think would be ideal. And this is the first of many games that will definitely be in console exclusive in terms of superhero games. Because if you can, because I think that this, even though we haven't had an Arkham game since 2015, but I think this is going to latch on to, even for the Arkham games, to get like its own unique thing as well, for its exclusivity of skins and shit like that. So
yeah, I feel that. Also, to go by that.
I hope they don't do that though. That's dumb.
What I was trying to say though is reason why there was rumors that Sony was gonna give bigger budgets for the games that are doing very, very well, because I remember hearing God of War, for instance, the reason why they use a lot of the trolls, reuse the trolls I think they were the trolls, and why they felt very similar was their budget ran out. So, when your budget runs out, you have to reuse, certain assets and stuff like that. But when you're able to expand the budget and create more things, like you're able to create more enemy types and all that stuff, and better levels and stuff. So that's like why I said that, because I even think the God of War sequel will have a bigger budget too. And I felt when looking at The Last of Us Part 2, that also had a bigger budget than the first game. So that's why I think that the budget would increase for even Horizon Zero Dawn, for instance. So now moving away from those news, we got to talk about the elephant in the room, which is Crackdown 3. Crackdown 3 is coming out next month, right? Mm-hmm. I have not seen any sort of marketing for this game. I don't know if they're even trying to promote this game, or they're just hoping because this game's on Game Pass that's all the marketing they need for it, or they just don't have any faith in it at this point. Because I remember IGN had an IGN First or something for Crackdown 3, and it was like only for like a couple things for that day. And now like IGN's just doing Anthem, right? It's a lot about Anthem, but nothing about Crackdown 3. And my point is, when for several instances where a game doesn't get marketed well, it's just that means essentially this game they don't have any faith in this game. This game isn't going to do well critically wise or even commercially wise, and they don't want to invest in that when they know or think it's going to be a failure. But Jiga, what do you think about this whole situation with Crackdown 3 and them not marketing this game very well, or not at all?
I feel like because they've seen like where CFDs and shit, like where they marketed it and it really didn't do that well, so they're just like they're just gonna let it go out. Hopefully, people see, hey, it's on Game Pass. Let me try it out. Buy Game Pass for it or something. But like, I don't blame them though, because it's like, that game has a bad press around it. Or like people have seen, oh, I'm tired of seeing it. When is it just gonna come out? So I don't know. Like, it's probably not gonna do well though. So,
do you think that Microsoft's gonna resort when it comes out to like, our players have killed 5 billion enemies and they died 500 million times? Like, do you think they're gonna do something like that?
They're gonna have to, because they ain't going to show the numbers of how many people actually playing it, which is gonna be really low.
Yeah, I don't think this is gonna do that well. Inspector, what do you think about Crackdown 3 not being marketed well, and it has a month left?
I mean, this game has gone through such a, I guess, turbulent development cycle that I'm not surprised that they're not marketing it. Like, I don't think Crackdown has ever been like a big selling franchise anyway. Like, it's always been like the second tier, like next to Halo. Like when it comes to Xbox exclusive shooters, it's always Halo and then Gears and then Crackdown. So it's like tier 3 in terms of shooters. So I'm not surprised that they're not marketing it. Because to be honest, at this point, I don't think anyone really cares about it. So,
what about you, Talati? What do you think of Crackdown 3 not being marketed at all, and it has like a month to come out?
I think personally that I think Crackdown 3 is pretty much they're done with the project. They're like, oh well, we're not really interested in actually promoting it. I've got no faith in it. and I don't think it'll do. I don't think it'll do well as Anthem or any of the other games coming out earlier this year.
I agree with that. All right, so we had another Blizzard type of announcement for a game that's going to be on mobile. We all heard the rumors, speculation about Alien Blackout, the sequel to Alien Isolation. Everyone loves Alien Isolation, and you played I believe, who's the main star of the original Alien? It was, I know it's something Ripley, and I think
Alan Ripley.
Oh yeah, okay. And then Amanda is her daughter, Amanda Ripley. So you played Amanda Ripley in Alien Isolation, and hey, you get to play her again in Alien Blackout, but this game's on mobile, and it looks like a very Five Nights at Freddy's style. Like, you look at the map and then you look around and you give orders and stuff. It's a $5 game. A lot of people were outraged about this, and Fox Games was hyping this up, hinting at an Alien game, saying they want to be into the video game market, and they utterly failed. They don't understand the consumer. They want to monetize this, most likely, just like Blizzard wanted to do with Diablo 1, remake on the mobile app. Now we're getting the same thing for Alien Blackout, and I can understand the outcry because everyone wanted an Alien Isolation sequel, a true successor, and Creative Assembly was very much wanting to work on this sequel, and they're not the ones even making the mobile app game, and I feel sorry for the fans that they got their hopes up, and I hope one day that they'll just say this mobile app isn't really the successor for Alien Isolation, and they actually get a Alien Isolation 2, because that fucking sucks. It really does, and it's showing out of touch with corporations, with the consumers at times. What do you think about this, Jigga?
Like, I'm not an Alien fan, so I have nothing about the series. But I was watching Angry Joe video, and he was hoping that maybe this is just like a lead up into the game that they want to make.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not the actual game or whatever, which I hope is true, because like it would suck if you do all that and you get this fucking $5 mobile game. But yeah, from everything I've seen, like the Alien Isolation, it did it even sell well though?
I heard it didn't do that well.
Well, damn. I'll say I thought it sold well, but I guess not as well.
Like, I heard it didn't live up to the standards for the publisher. I don't know if it was Capcom that published it or Sega.
I think it was Sega. Let me look it up.
Yeah, I don't think it had this big investment return that they hoped. I don't think it flat out failed, but
I don't know.
But
Sega.
Sega. I just hope they do that and take another stab at it, because even if a product doesn't do that well, try it one more time, because Sony did the same thing with Knack 1 to Knack 2. That's easy
to say when it's like you're not your money on the line, dog.
And like Gravity Rush 1 to Gravity Rush 2. It's like
I can't really say that, because it's like that's a lot of fucking money to put in developing the game. So if it did well, where it may not meet your standards, but enough to make a profit, try it again and see what you can do better to hopefully gain a better audience.
That's what I think. What do you think, Inspector, about this whole Alien Blackout mobile fiasco?
I mean, I'm a fan of the Aliens franchise, but I've never played any of the games because they never really interested me that much. Yeah. So I guess I can see why it's disappointing to people who liked Alien Isolation, because a lot of the people that I talked to on Twitter liked the game and enjoyed the game. but
Mhm.
I understand why you're disappointed because you want an actual sequel. Like, whatever. Like, it's kind of whatever to me.
Yeah,
But
I feel. What about you, Talati? What do you think about this news for Alien Blackout being on mobile?
I'm not into much into mobile games. I like the Alien franchise, but for it to be on a mobile game, I wouldn't be interested in. So
Yeah, I feel that. Not a lot of people are interested in it. So, all right. I forgot to mention, and we do have another topic regarding Spider-Man. I think Marvel Games was tweeting something out regarding hinting at a Fantastic Four type
yeah,
of content into Spider-Man, and Insomniac had the eyes like little like eye like wide eyes.
I think it was just all Marvel games because I think
no,
they're adding it.
it was covering all Marvel like games, varies from mobiles, console.
Yeah, because it was Strike Force and Spider Man and a couple other games. I think Contest of Champions.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Those are the games.
Which
Yeah.
means, I think they're also, besides we'll get more into it, but I think they're also saying like, hey, maybe, Fantastic Four might be made later down the line. I don't know. That could be a possibility. But I think, when regarding for Spider-Man, I'm pretty sure it's a suit. I'm assuming. I don't know what type of suit. I know some pictures are floating around with 2 different Fantastic Four suits. There was like a white and black one.
Yeah, that's the Future Foundation suit.
Yeah, and then there was something else.
Probably the Bagman suit. Those are the 2 ones that are most.
But I think
asked for.
that foundation suit looked pretty dope. And
yeah, the Future Foundation suit is really cool.
Mhm.
And I think that should be in the game.
Yeah, basically the story behind that suit is Johnny Storm died, and then like Spider-Man joined the Fantastic Four,
Mhm.
and they became the Future Foundation. It's a really cool story, started by Jonathan Hickman.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's going to be in it. I know some people are having these wild theories that Fantastic Four is having a free DLC mission. I was like, no, I don't think that's happening at all. That's too wishful thinking, and plus it costs a lot of money to do.
Plus, if anything, they would probably just add. If it was anything Fantastic Four, they would just probably add like Human Torch.
Mm-hmm.
They wouldn't add the entire Fantastic Four.
Yep, exactly. But I think that's dope that they were going to do this, or that they're going to do this, and it's going to most likely be free, like the Tobey Maguire suit. You don't have to pay for it. I don't think they're trying to, put a price tag on a suit. I think that's mostly just like here's to the fans and stuff like that. But Jigga, what do you think about getting a new free suit for Fantastic Four?
What is Fantastic Four, dog? Oh man.
Oh shit, Jigga.
Wait, is that a game or something? I ain't heard nothing about it, bro.
Oh man, the Fantastic Four. Fan Force Stick, Silver Surfer. All that shit.
I have no opinion. Facts.
Oh man,
I don't really like the Fantastic Four is like overrated, bro.
I mean, it's not as popular. I mean, it's not really popular. A lot of people hype it up to be popular.
It's a very niche type of book.
Yeah.
Like the only run that people actually talk about is Hickman's run.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a really great run, but other than that, probably like Mark Waid's run, but like the original run in the 60s, but and maybe John Byrne's run. Like there are a lot of notable Fantastic Four runs, just no one reads them because it always gets canceled.
Yep.
So
I don't care enough about them to have an opinion. Oh man,
what about you, Talani?
I mean, more content is free. More free content is good though.
Yeah, exactly. What about you, Talani?
I think the whole Insomniac games and Fantastic Four thing, I think it's just a suit based, no DLC story content exclusivities from what the theories I've seen on the internet. I think it either would be a Bagman, just for the lulls and the laugh, or it would be the what's it called, Future Foundation.
Yeah, I really hope it's not that other suit, dude, because Future Foundation actually looks really good, and I don't want the lulz anymore. I got the lulz with the manga Spider-Man thing. I just don't care for that suit.
What manga Spider-Man thing?
The Spider Clan suit.
The Spider Clan suit.
Okay, Spider Clan.
Like making him look anime-esque. I don't care for that.
Nah, I mean, yeah, true. I mean, this is Insomniac. I mean, they'll either do Future Foundation or they'll do what's it called, Bagman, and because it's all about Fantastic Four. But the question is, of course, will the Baxter Building be? Will they add that as well?
Will the Baxter Building be in the different New York island?
I don't know. I don't know if it's in Manhattan or if it's in like another borough.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm just thinking because
I mean, basically everything Marvel is in Manhattan. So
yeah, everything Marvel is in Manhattan. Yeah, true.
Well, that is going to probably be mostly put into Marvel Spider-Man 2 because of the Fox deal. And
yeah,
see, I don't know how the games work, when regarding Fox and stuff like that. All I know is most likely now Fantastic Four is being promoted more, and instead of most likely the building will be featured in Marvel Spider-Man 2 at some point.
And as well, because it's all because of the comics as well, because they've got the rights back to the comics too.
No, they always had the rights.
They always had the rights. It's just they, out of spite for Fox, they, canceled like most of those comics and, killed off Wolverine and all that.
Oh, okay.
That's really because they didn't.
Yeah, Marvel never lost the right to the comics. They just never owned the movie rights.
And they got pissed off about that.
I thought that it was because of the reason why the what's it called, the comics right was just like, they're relaunching it. So
no, it's just they had bad blood between Fox.
Okay. Well, I think personally then it'll probably be featured in the next game, but as well in Contest of Champions, I know there was a video of the what's his name, Ben Grimm, aka The Thing, in the trailer. They did like a little animated type of trailer about a minute long.
Mm-hmm.
So I think in terms of where Spider-Man is right now, I think it's most likely Future Foundation.
Yep. And so I want to quickly talk about AMD. AMD was at CES, and now they're having the same prices as NVIDIA. Now, what do I think about this? I know everyone's like, AMD, bring the heat, so we can have competition between these cards so we can get cheaper cards in the long run and stuff like that. And I don't see it. I just see the same prices for both companies. Like, I'm confused.
I can answer that for you. The reason why I'll start off by anyway, I'll just say straight up that AMD will be competing, but they'll make it like a little bit cheaper, but no more than like $5 to $10 cheaper.
But the thing is, it's not even cheap. It's the same price right now.
Yeah, it'll be the same price, but it won't be as expensive as let's say the 20 what's it called, the new NVIDIA graphics card that they put out.
Well, it's on par with the 2080 with the same price.
Is it?
Yeah, it's like $700.
Damn, dude. Damn, but then how is that competition going to? It depends as well.
There's no competition.
The only thing I can feel like is competition. The only way I can see it being competition is reviews, like comparison.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only way I can see it being reviewed and seeing what people fancy.
See, this is making me it makes it hard for me wanting to upgrade from a 970 to any of these new cars because of how gosh dang expensive they are.
I mean, I paid a 1060, right? I got a 1060 in my PC, but one fan. But the fact that I find with the 1060, at least it gives me that, it gives you that freedom to excel with some games and stuff. And it's the same. Yeah, so I just thought, I just think that it's going to be a review comparison, and then they'll decide from that.
But if it's the same price, they're still losing because they don't have ray tracing.
No, that's true. Wait, didn't they? Yeah, actually, no, you're right. They don't have ray tracing actually. Yeah.
So yeah, even though it's the same price, they have a feature you don't have. So it's like you take a loss in the beginning, bro.
Yep. And also, Nvidia was there, and they announced the 2060 at. I think it's supposed to be better than the 1070, supposedly. And let me see.
Yeah, I think it's 1070 Ti though.
Yeah, GeForce 2060. I'm trying to find the price. I think it's like $300 and something.
I think it's 350.
Yeah, 350. So maybe that's worth an investment. Maybe.
I mean, if I was gonna review, if I was like reviewing both, I would just examine them both on two different PCs and decide from that. So the 2080 and the new AMD graphics card.
Yeah.
And just decide on the power and the display and all of that.
Yeah. Also, Nvidia was at CES, and they announced that they're enabling G-Sync on FreeSync monitors, which is insane because they've always said that you need G-Sync. You need a G-Sync monitor specifically, but you can use FreeSync. So I'm just confused as to they just swindled people buying G-Sync monitors, because I'm not gonna lie, I have a G-Sync monitor right here. So did they bamboozle me? And I could have got a cheaper. It's they tested and it's only 12 monitors though. I could have got a cheaper.
I think they just some happened to where they just like, you know what, we might as well just support FreeSync, bro. Like something's going on behind the scenes that we don't know about that made them do that. I don't know what though.
That's crazy. It's only 12 though, so I haven't checked the list of those 12, but I may want later down the line if I upgrade my PC and have a good graphics card, go to 4K. I would love a 4K G-Sync monitor, and looking at the FreeSyncs will be cheaper than looking at G-Sync. So.
Well, I think they said they support. Like other ones are like it may work, but it's not guaranteed.
Oh
like
shit!
Only those 12 are guaranteed. The other ones it may work, but you're not guaranteeing shit for you.
Yeah, I'm talking about those 12 specifically. If they have that one that is 4K FreeSync monitor,
I'm pretty sure it's gonna happen.
So hopefully that is the case. Also, talking about some things. Give me a quick second. Resident Evil this Friday will have a demo, and it's really cool because the game comes out next Friday. No, 2 weeks from now. Yeah, 2 weeks from now. But this Friday, the demo will be available for download from January 11th to January 31st, which shows confidence that this game's going to do really, really well. And so supposedly, while the demo will only last 30 minutes, players will be able to continue if they die. However, once the time is up, so will be the demo. So essentially, your time's up, demo's done. You can't play it anymore at all. I'm pretty sure you could try and delete it and re-download it. It probably won't work. I will be surprised if it does. They probably did something where it checks the system, and if it sees you playing for 30 minutes, it's not going to work. But I still think this is good.
2K though.
But Jacob, what do you think about this demo for being 30 minutes? And
I mean, I can't really say much because I'm not getting it because like I haven't played like any. Well, I think I played like some of the other Resident Evil games, but like not enough to where I know anything enough about the series to like just jump into one. Like,
well, these are like the new set of characters. Like they weren't in Resident Evil 1, so I think you could jump into it. I'm jumping into it.
Maybe I'll have to wait to, because like right now it's too many games. But for me, like Kingdom Hearts, I'm gonna have to put out with that.
Oh
maybe
yeah.
If I beat that, then like I got some time, then maybe. But
I was gonna say, like, dude, I got like 4 days to beat this game. 4 days, because Kingdom Hearts 3 comes out. 4 days after Resident Evil 2.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. But Inspector, what do you think about the whole 30 minutes demo for Resident Evil 2? You think this is a good move on Capcom's part?
Yeah, I think it's weird because like games don't really have demos anymore. So this is kind of random. And I don't know, and demos are free, so it doesn't really. I mean, I get what they're trying to do, but I don't know. Like, I think it's good because they want people to check out the game, but I don't know if it's. I think it's like a double-edged sword.
But I feel like when devs do this or publishers do this, they're very confident in the game.
And well, you can't really say this with demos because there's always a day one patch that patches all the stuff. So.
That's true. I feel. What do you think about this, Claudia, about the whole 30-minute demo for Resident Evil 2? You think it's a good move?
No.
You don't think it's a good move?
No, because 30 minutes is nothing. It's peanuts.
I mean, it's a demo.
I mean, Arkham City also had a demo too. It was like about 30 minutes.
No, Arkham Asylum had a demo, right? But
I remember PS3. I didn't have Arkham City. I was able to play a demo.
Wait. Arkham City had a demo?
Yeah, on PlayStation they did.
Yeah, Arkham City had a demo. I remember it. I played it.
I never had the demo, but I was gonna say, but with Resident Evil, I think it's a kind of a bad move because even though it'd be good for some new people to get in and stuff, but like I think they should do like a beta term, like how they're doing with that, like how Anthem is doing it. So have
Anthem. Beta. Well, I can't speak on that, but I can't say anything. Gosh dang it. Well, all I can say is different than what you think.
No, see, why I think I like this is because it's like even if like somebody like me, I'm going to play it. Maybe I'll play it and I'm like, whoa, this is really good. Yeah. It gives me a better chance of buying it. Now, if somebody has the pre-order, some people are not going to do that to get into that beta or whatever shit to fucking do that. So it's like if you give it open to everybody, it's like you're giving yourself a wider, you're throwing out a wider net to hopefully catch more people.
Yep. That's the problem. It's like pre-order, you have to get a beta. This one, you just download. You don't have to pre-order. Just download and decide whether or not you want to buy it. I think that's good. They did the same thing with Resident Evil 7. They had a demo for Resident Evil 7. So
look, I'm telling you, there's so many demos that have got me on games where I wasn't going to buy it. Then I play that demo. I'm like, I actually like this. And then I buy it. Oh, yeah, that's fun.
I think it's a good move.
I regret my purchase. But they still get money from me, so it's like it don't matter.
Granted, it's only 30 minutes and you can't play anymore at all, which I kind of wish you could with like they did with Resident Evil 7 demo. But, you can't complain. It's a demo and we don't get many demos at all.
Yep, so really don't no more.
It's like demos are it's dead like at this time. And Capcom's bringing it back, which I'm very grateful, Capcom. Very grateful indeed. Now, oh, man. All right. So I have to talk about this. I know people are going to hate me for it because we haven't talked about it at all. A lot of YouTubers, media outlets made a lot of drama regarding this man, Soulja Boy.
God.
The Soulja game consoles. We have to do it because we just got to finish this. Short story, short story, right? Soulja Games had Chinese knockoff game console. I don't know if they had a partnership with this Chinese game console, like doing ROMs and emulators and whatnot. We don't know the story for that. We do know that he sold it at a higher price on his website. People made a YouTube video about it, because celebrity is, promoting a, ROM emulator machine. And, Soulja Boy said some interesting words to those people. I won't repeat those words now. because
I'm repeated. You can
I might
spoil
get
it.
destroyed by some people if I were to say something like that on the internet. So, yeah, and then he also talked about Nintendo on that tweet, and now his game consoles are gone, and so I'm pretty sure this is false. There was like a website on his like game console. I don't think it's correct. Socialgame.com. I'm pretty sure that's a fake URL. Or it brought it to Nintendo's website. I don't know if it's true. People are saying it's fake. Some people are saying it's real. I can't, validate, either claim. So that's me. Like that's 50-50. Take it how you guys want it. My whole thing. A lot of people brought up jail time. A lot of people brought up Soulja Boy should get sued. My whole situation is, and then I know they brought up the couple for the ROMs or something like that website and said if Soulja Boy had to go to jail, dude, those couples have to go to jail. And then it's so murky, it's so like gray water, I guess you could say. And I'm like in this whole thing where I'm like, those couples did something illegal. Soulja Boy did something illegal. ROMs, even though they're free, they're still illegal on their website. Soulja Boy also, sold it on a platform that he's very famous for to consumers that are fans of his, which will buy it, and people don't know that's illegal. No one's gonna know that. A lot of like let's say a famous actor, for instance, Robert Downey Jr. If he sold something like this to his fans, that is fooling a lot of people. Because they're like, oh my gosh, Robert Downey Jr. made a game console. Oh my gosh. And then then they find out that shit's illegal.
But what if he claimed that he was never selling the ROMs?
What do you
the ROMs came free with the console.
See, I don't. But wouldn't he know that though? That's the thing.
I mean, you can probably try to. I mean, I'm pretty sure a good lawyer's gonna fucking shoot through that argument, But that's what I would do. Like, oh man, I didn't know.
This Chinese company I partner with, didn't tell me.
Like, I just fucking sold the console, the ROMs. Like, bro, it ain't got nothing to do with me. Though. What you talking about? Huh?
See, I have no idea because we don't know what happened behind the scenes with Nintendo and Soulja Boy. Something happened.
Yeah.
For them to remove it, for him to remove it, and he had a tweet saying like, I forgot what the tweet was saying like, it is what it is essentially like. I tried or something like that. My whole situation is like, what you did was wrong. I'm not gonna say he should go to jail. I do think him fooling his fans is messed up. I know he was hustling, making money. I mean, for me, I wouldn't do that to people. I think it's wrong to do so for fooling people. Like if I have fans like that, I want to be like, hey, I made this game console, even though you could probably search up that it's not a real game console I made to my fans. That's just me. That's in conclusion what I think. So, what do you think about it, Jigo?
Like he shouldn't go. If the crime fits that where he should go to jail, then yes. But I don't know, right? It's just.
I know, like some people were going crazy. Like people were like saying, "Oh, if you think he should go to jail, you're racist." Something like that. I was hearing some things like that.
Way. Just whatever the fucking crime says, like he committed, then he should do that.
No, I mean, there's no special privilege. You do it. It is what it is. Up to courts to decide, and it's up to whoever's placing those charges. So that's really my whole I guess you could say conclusion
he's
is
not going to fucking jail.
No, he's not.
Like Nintendo would probably just be like, hey,
they had a settlement most likely.
Like cut it down, send us that bag, and we good.
Yeah, that's usually how it goes when it's these types of crimes. Even though like they have us like saying, oh, you could go to jail. Most likely, Nintendo wants money, and they'll say, give us this money. If you don't give us this money, you're going to jail. Something like that. That's just how I think Nintendo rolls or something like that.
I'm glad it's over with. I'm tired of dealing with it.
Mm-hmm. Inspector, what do you think about it?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of agree with Jigga.
Mm-hmm.
If the crime fits, he should go to jail. But like, if it's not if there's no like evidence, I guess I don't want to say evidence. I don't know if that's the right word. Then I don't think he should go to jail.
And what about you, Claudia? About Soldier Boy and his game consoles and
Oh man, Soldier Boy screwed up. That's the best way I can put it.
yeah, he was hustling. So
Yeah. That's the best way.
one thing I gotta say, man. No offense to Soldier Boy, I don't think he's a good rapper. That's just
Oh
No
my
one,
God.
good rapper.
He may hit you, a hater.
I
Well, I ain't gonna say he's not a good rapper. He made good songs. He know how to like make
Kendrick could
songs.
wipe the floor with this man.
Oh yes, of course. But it's like it's not about making being a good rapper nowadays.
Oh yeah, I
It's
mean
about
nowadays, of course not.
Yeah.
They're like,
You know who would wipe Soldier Boy with the
Like-
floor?
what? Oh,
John Cena.
John. Oh my god.
Here's
This
the
man
thing.
did rap. I'm not gonna lie. This man.
Even though he's not a good rapper, at least he has a flow, unlike these rappers today.
Yeah.
That is true. A lot of these rappers mumble rap. That's all. That's
But I
enough.
will say, a lot of people expose themselves to being like, not racist, but you're prejudiced.
No, I know who you're talking about. I know they did it for views. I know a lot of them did it for views. They hyped it up.
No,
I remember
feel
when
like some of them actually feel that way, bro.
I remember when
thing-
someone called out Ice-T, like back in like
Yeah.
2000.
Yeah. I saw that.
But the thing is, right? So the way I feel is Soldier Boy screwed up so badly. I think his name's in tarnish right now.
I don't think it's in tarn. I mean,
As a
okay, I do think him making the esports team might not go the way he was going to hope now because of this. Possibly. I don't know how well that's going to tarnish that of him creating an esports team.
Mhm.
So that's all I got to think there. But yeah, so also we have something regarding Arkham, right?
Oh
Arkham
yes.
2019. Roger Craig Smith tweeted out that he essentially was like he tweeted out something. All I know in the video, he was in the booth with Tara Strong, and who else was it?
Great Delisle.
Great.
Voice actresses are from the Arkham franchise, and Tara
TV
Strong voices. Didn't she voice also Batgirl early on?
Yep, she
Yeah,
voiced
the
back
animated
there.
series. And
and
Raven
then-
and Teen Titans.
Okay,
Yeah.
and she now voices Harley Quinn, and also, and then the other one also voiced Catwoman
Catwoman, Wonder Woman, and
Craig,
Roger Craig Smith voiced Sonic the Hedgehog.
and of course Batman. And when we have these type of people in the booth, Ezio, yeah, I remember about that. Dude, that's a while. Brings me back. He's a good actor. I feel like a lot of people don't use him a lot, which I feel like
I think he's used more than we think because I don't think we buy a lot of games with him in it.
yeah, that's true. That might be the case. I do think he should go into more of the mainstream games, but that's just me. But putting two together, you could possibly think Arkham. They're voicing the Arkham game that's coming out from WB Montreal. Me, I've always had my stance on WB Montreal. I just hope they learn from their mistakes from Arkham Origins and make a very good Arkham game. That, to me, is very important. And don't copycat boss battles again. That's also what I think. Be very original with your boss battles. And have good side missions. And do not use the excuse of everyone left the city because of another bomb threat, or because it is snowing, or because it is, I don't know, too damn hot or something. I don't know. Don't do that type of stuff. I think you need to start having more people in the city. Not like drastic like Spider-Man, but like a little bit less. because it's nighttime, but still people in the
But
city.
I kind of do understand why they didn't do it in Arkham Knight because of the Batmobile. You can't really have people running around on the streets with the Batmobile because you're pretty much running people over with the Batmobile.
Oh yeah. I mean, dude, shoot.
I know you're shocking them away, but still, like, even when you shock them away,
dude, they like flew,
like they flew
high. They flew high, dude. I was like, dude, this guy must have died. There's no way. Oh man, but I don't know. I don't know about the whole Batmobile situation and the traversal, how that's going to be. But what do you guys think? Jigga, start with you about this basically being confirmed, basically not actually like confirmed, but like gives credence that a lot of credence that this game is probably most likely coming out late 2019.
Hey, it's spooky talking about Batman on Kill Bill be shooting like a normal dude with like a big ass rubber bullet. They did, bro.
That's true. The chest came in very much so.
Yeah. But anyway, I'm kind of done with the Batman franchise, bro. Like the games have run like unless they change the story and gameplay up dramatically, I like can't see me going back into it. Like it seems like it's basically the same. You can only do so much sneaking before it's like, okay, I'm done sneaking around, bro.
Yeah, I can see where you're saying. It's like because this is what the 5th Batman game. You got the trilogy of Batman.
This is the first
one, and then one from WB Montreal. I kind of see that. You could make the opinion that the combat hasn't changed drastically. And I do see where you're coming from. I do think they need to start adding more implementations to the combat because even Spider-Man, I think that should also happen as well. You can't always be in the safe zone all the time. I think you got to make better improvements to the combat, make it more varied, and make it more interesting. Because if you don't do that, people are going to be like, "This is kind of like Call of Duty again."
Yeah, look at Assassin's Creed. A lot of people complained that it was way too counter heavy. Mm-hmm. You just sat around and countering. Granted, they went way too far to the other side with Unity.
Yeah,
and that combat was trash in Unity. But then they kind of like Arkhamified it in Syndicate, and I liked that. Mm-hmm. And then I haven't played Odyssey yet or Origins. So
yeah, it's very like. Would you say Origins and Odyssey is very like? What do you think about I don't know how to describe it. I think it's like Zelda-esque. I don't know if that's the right word to say.
Yeah, it's more of like a mix between. I'm trying to think. I can't think of an RPG game where it's like it's all about blocking and parrying and shit. But
yeah, maybe Rise Son of Rome. No, I'm just
it kind of is like that though, but
minus all the quick time events and Rise Son of Rome.
Hey man, Rise Son of Rome's the greatest game ever made. It has a game to transcend all games.
Odyssey, the combat in Odyssey is annoying because they try to make it RPG, but they didn't make it RPG enough.
Yeah.
To where like if you're level 20 and I sneak up and try to kill somebody who's level 20, they should be dead.
Yeah, I understand.
Or you shoot them in the face with an arrow. It's like
you should be dead right now.
Like, I kind of try to make it like Dark Souls, but didn't go full Dark Souls.
No, but I think it's more like an RPG thing, like The Witcher.
Yeah.
Like you could shoot a crossbow and it only does so much damage.
Yeah, like God of War is kind of like Bloodborne because it's still like fast-paced combat, but it's still kind of difficult and like I don't know if it's on the as difficult as Bloodborne is, but
Assassin's Creed, no,
not Assassin's Creed. God of War.
God of War is hard.
Yeah, God of War is hard.
Well, you played on
I've never
played
it.
I played on the second hardest difficulty.
Yeah, it's still hard on normal. I only played it on normal and it was hard for me.
Second hardest
normal is way easier than like a fucking Souls game though.
Well, Bloodborne for me, I think if you understand the patterns and you know where to go, it's easy. Because I had a friend that like memorized everything about Bloodborne, the lore to where you should turn, where everything's at. It's crazy. I was like, dude, how do you know all this shit, bro? It's insane. But going back to topic for the Arkham series, I understood understand what you're saying, Jigga. I do think they have to evolve. If they don't, I say if they don't, and it's the same, they're going to be met with a certain criticism by
Just don't go Odyssey, bro. Don't go Odyssey.
I think they're going to be met with the same criticism as they did with Arkham Origins, because what Arkham Origins got criticized with is that they basically reused a lot of assets from Arkham City.
The assets didn't even look as good as Arkham City 2 for some reason.
For some reason,
yeah.
Because what they did is basically they had the Arkham City map. They added a couple things to that map, and then they added another map. Yeah. So they basically created a half a game and just put it on another game.
And I gotta also say the graphics for Batman did not look good when it came to it. When you looked at Arkham Origins, Batman.
Yeah, the frame rate was trash. The frame rate was terrible.
Yeah. Oh yeah, especially
not City. I'm talking about Origins.
No. That's what I was saying too. I was saying like the Origins Batman did not look good compared to the City Batman in terms of like textures. It just didn't. Yeah. And like the eyes looked weird too. They didn't look like as good as City's, like Bruce's eyes for City. It's just weird. The textures just didn't look well for Origins, even though they were reusing assets. Now I'm hoping this WB Montreal team will do something new. If they don't, and they have bugs, if they have bugs on top of not changing things up for the gameplay mechanic, it's going to be bad. And they do not. I'm saying this because I know they're hinting at Court of Owls. They fucking somehow put the Joker and in there somehow. Dude, I'm gonna fucking lose it. Like, oh man, the Joker was the mastermind this whole entire time again. Oh my fucking word, I'm done. But I know they're gonna fucking put the Joker in somehow. I don't know why. They're very heavily reliant in the Arkham series for the Joker in every single game, even in Night. I just think
I don't mind that because the trilogy itself was like an exploration of the relationship between Batman and Joker. So I don't mind that. Arkham Origins, it was like they swindled us with Arkham Origins.
Yeah, because I was very much interested in Black Mask being the main villain, to be honest. I was very much interested in that, and then they fucking made him a wimp. I just was like, gosh dang. And if they do this shit again, man, I think Joker should not be present at all in the next Arkham game.
Well, I have to disagree with you on that.
I don't want I'm gonna have to disagree because you can't have a Batman game without Joker, but you can have him in a significantly smaller role.
My thing is that he has such a really good rogues gallery that we don't get enough time for development for certain.
Yeah, I agree. I would like Two-Face is my favorite Batman villain, and he hasn't really been used that well in the Arkham games. Like he was a side mission in City, and he was also a side mission in Night. But I liked his side mission more in City. But I don't care about Penguin that much. I mean, I don't want to go as far as to say, I want these lesser known Batman villains. Like, I don't care about Humpty Dumpty or Tweedledee, Tweedledum. I don't care about those villains because I don't connect with them. Yeah. I don't care about Mad Hatter. I mean, it's funny because they pretty much used all the A-list and B-list Batman villains in their games. Like Hugo Strange, Ra's al Ghul, Killer Croc, Scarecrow, Joker, Bane. It's hard. I mean, it's hard not to use those villains because.
But my thing is, we could say that Two-Face should have more a prominent role and stuff like that because
I agree.
He didn't really have character development, and if you go into the arc of him becoming Two-Face, hey, sure, that in terms of side mission wise, that's even better. I think.
Yeah,
and have it Witcher-esque side mission style for Two-Face's transformation. That's just me. I think that
I will say I hope they do better on the side missions because I think City had really good side missions. Night had too much Ubisoft side missions.
Yeah, it didn't really matter, and then there wasn't really good boss fights and side missions as well.
To me, boss fights. I can take or leave boss fights because I think people put too much credence into boss fights in these games.
Mm-hmm. It's hard to do. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, Spider-Man struggled with boss fights as
especially
well.
on big city, because the problem is with boss fights, especially in these games, is that they're always in interior areas, and they don't really program a lot of interior areas in these games.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, it would be hard to make a boss fight like running along the rooftops.
I feel. But anything else regarding Arkham?
I still haven't
Arkham
got.
sequel?
I still haven't got my say in it.
All right.
Yeah. So me personally, I did a video about it, about the tweet anyway, and the aspect of things. And me personally, I think that this basically confirms that Tara Strong is coming back, and also Grey Delias is also coming back to play their selective roles. And Roger Craig Smith is going to be involved in this project as well, because Kevin Conroy is working on Justice League and versus the Fatal Five. So I don't think he'll have time to even to work on this next Batman game anyway. And me personally, I think that this next Arkham game, or Arkham 2019 as we call it, I think that this will be this has already been heavily teased for the Court of Owls. I don't think they'll juke us this time round. I mean, in Arkham Origins, the Black Mask thing, yeah, we can blame them for that. But hey, they pulled out a really good story. Don't get me wrong, they put out a really good story, and even with some of the combat system as well. You know, some people say,
continuity errors.
Yeah, well, the continuity error, I don't want to go into that. That
is part of the story. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, that is part of the story.
And they also worked on
Batgirl.
Batgirl DLC. And also had more continuity errors.
Well, yeah, true. But I'm talking about just the game itself story. I'm not talking about, like, you know, between, like, because this is just, don't forget, this was prequel to Asylum. So
well, my thing is, they, like, even me, right? Because I feel like if you're going into a, you know, known franchise, you should know the lore of the franchise. You should listen to the tapes in Arkham Asylum, because we found out, you know, in Arkham Asylum, in the Asylum, not in the game, Harley Quinn met Joker in Asylum, not in Black.
Yeah.
Like, what? that didn't make any sense. So that just oof.
Yeah, I can agree with you. Yeah,
they messed up on the Batgirl DLC too. With dude, you could have chose Dick Grayson or Jason Todd. I don't know how in the world you chose Tim Drake in that DLC, because that didn't make no gosh dang sense in that timeline.
That's why they got a lot of backlash for it. But I think this is the time for them to redeem themselves with this game, and like, I feel as if they will pull it off. I think they'll pull a rabbit out of the hat, and they'll say, look, hey, this is what we got, the Court of Owls. We'll have Joker, we'll have Harley Quinn, we'll have Catwoman. I believe even Two-Face would be in this game as well, because I would love to see the origins of Two-Face, you know, featuring, you know, if you can remember in the animated series where the Joker rushed basically Harvey Dent, an explosion, the accident and everything. So I think that might be the case with this game. And on top of that, the interaction between Jim Gordon, Batman, and Harvey Dent, the district attorney, I think that type of thing would be very interesting, especially the first quarter of the game. So, and then you'll get to see the Two-Face towards the middle and then towards the end, which I think would be interesting. And you also get to see the Court of Owls. And I made a top 5 villains video about it anyway, and you guys can check that out on my YouTube channel. And yeah, I just think this game will probably be coming out at the end of the year. Expect it sometime after the MK11 release date, and yeah, it's going to be exciting. I'm very excited to see what they bring to the table. Very, very excited.
I also gotta say, should not be in one night. I think that's been...
It should be on multiple occasions, like, well, not multiple occasions, but like multiple nights, right?
And I think also Bruce Wayne should have a role in the game.
That I agree on. I think Bruce Wayne should be in the game. I also think there should be the Batmobile, but not the Tankmobile, the Batmobile. So transport from A to B, pursuit mode. That is it. That's what I think this should be in the next Arkham game. Because to be me perfectly honest, I think the Batmobile should have a purpose in the game. And we never had like a Batmobile. Like I don't classify the tank mobile as a Batmobile because it basically did take you A to B, but there's too much tank battles with that in Arkham Knight. But I feel as if with this next Arkham game, I feel like there's going to be so much things we could do, and I think this will probably put Spider-Man into this thing where they have to step up their game. Because remember, this is a year after Spider-Man PS4 comes out. We got to think about it like that.
Yeah, Spider-Man was nominated for Game of the Year, so
yeah. So this is why WB Montreal have to knock it out of the park.
Well, yeah.
And they've also like canceled 3 different games. Remember that?
Yeah, they're gonna have a tough time with the possible games coming out this year, which we're gonna get into in a little bit. But
no. But seriously though, I think that WB Games Montreal have got something good going for them. I feel that.
Mm-hmm.
I feel as if that the creative director, the game director, the senior game designer, all are interacting with the fans and getting basically interacting with the fans, which I feel is a very important thing. And at least we do get some side of calm, cool, and collectiveness coming from them, knowing for a fact that they're pleased with the work they've done, which means it's a very good sign. So I can't wait. If Patrick Redding does see this stream, just let me. I'll be straightforward and honest that I can't wait to see what you produce. So, yeah.
I feel. Now we got a couple more gaming things. God of War Director's DLC ideas would have taken too long to make. And this is a quote from Corey Barlog. And it is this. It's a little too big. There was a time when I wrote a couple of DLCs that we were talking about. Okay, what if we did release some other stuff after? Barlog said, there are interesting ideas, but I think the amount of time we'd have to put into it would start to end up kind of like a Left Behind or a First Light kind of thing, where it's just so big, like Lost Legacy or something like that. I think I have a difficulty with the lower ambition portion that I end up saying maybe it's a little too big. So personally, would I have loved to have a DLC, for God of War? Hell yeah. I think it would have been amazing. And I wouldn't have minded if it was something like Lost Legacy. I'm not going to complain. Like, it's going to be that big. I'm totally fine with it. But I think he's also trying to save ideas for the sequel as well. That could be, case in point. Or it was just taking too long and he's like a perfectionist. So we got to also take that into consideration. But Jacob, what do you got to say regarding Corey Barlog's statements about, the DLC, if he was making it, it was going to be too big?
From what we played the game, so like all the other worlds, so I could see that if they were going to do something with all them other worlds, and there's going to be like a lot of stuff. So yeah, I could see that, but I still wanted it though.
You still wanted the DLC?
Oh man, I wanted it, dog.
Yeah, a lot of people are like, dude, do you think they would have been like, oh, this is cut content? You think that would have happened? I know some people said Lost Legacy was cut content. There were some that said that shit.
People are dumb, bro. It's like
everything's cut content nowadays.
Like, if the game gives you a good beginning, good middle, good end, what does it matter? Like, bro, I don't know. People are just complaining to complain, bro.
No, I feel that. Spectre, what do you think about Corey's statements regarding the DLC?
I understand them. To me, like, the game had a good story.
Mm-hmm.
It would have been cool. Like, it would be cool to get a DLC, but I don't think the game needed DLC.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're just hard at work on the sequel.
My thing is Corey going to be directing? Because I know he had interest in doing that new IP. So, I mean, he probably wrote a script, but I'm hoping he directs. That's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah.
Todd, what do you think about Corey's statements regarding the, if he made the DLC would have been too big? Do you think he should have still made the DLC?
Yeah. Hell yeah. I still think he should made it because it's content at the end of the day, and people want content. So that's the way I feel. And if there's no content, it's sad because then people will be complaining, "Oh, there's no content." So at least he's done it. So content and people will enjoy it. So yeah.
I feel. We have also. Give me a sec. Former Blizzard devs working on new Marvel game. These former Blizzard devs, and I want to give a quick background, info regarding them, worked on Hearthstone. We know because of Activision is reshuffling Blizzard around. They're canceling a lot of things. They're firing devs. They're giving them money to say, "Hey, quit." So these guys worked on Hearthstone. They're not trying to support Hearthstone anymore, and they're making their own studio called Dinner Studio, right?
Second dinner. Yeah, second dinner.
Or some second dinner, right? And we know that they're working on a Marvel game, right? And nothing is specific. We all know this team isn't that big, so it's not going to be a AAA game unless they do a massive hiring for the studio, or something very double A-esque, which is also a possibility. Could be something akin to Recore. It's not going to be something big like Spider-Man or the Avengers project. I just think that that's going to just be the case in point. A lot of people are going to say it's a card game, which makes sense because they made Hearthstone. Personally, I could understand the market for that. Would I rather have a double A game? Yes. I don't know what the double A game would be if they were to do something like that. Choose any character, I guess, that's very lesser known and make a double A game about them is how I feel, I guess. What do you think about this, Jiga? About, these Blizzard devs, making their own studio, second dinner, and them making a Marvel game. What do you think this Marvel game is?
I don't know. They're already making that one with that. What's that fucking whack ass Marvel games? Them top down fucking trash.
Ultimate. Oh shit, dude.
Yeah, they already making
you
that
right now, dude.
I don't know what it could be. Could they have they ever really worked on it a real
They only made Hearthstone, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I don't. Unless they're making a fucking Marvel card game or something that I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It's possible. I like that, but I don't know.
That or a double A game. That's what I'm hoping for. Not a triple A, but a double A, because of regarding the size of the studio. That's what I'm hoping. Inspector, what do you think about this?
It's interesting. I don't know if I'm fully interested in it. I mean, it's good for them that they created a studio together.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but it's only 5 or 6 people, right?
Yeah, it's not a lot.
Yeah, so and they just moved out into their office.
Mm-hmm.
So it's interesting. I never played Recore, mainly because I think it was it a Windows 10 exclusive? Was it?
Yeah, Windows
Xbox?
10, Xbox. I don't know if it was on Steam. It might be on Steam.
And I remember it got kind of mediocre reviews.
Yeah.
But I mean, it would be interesting. I mean, it would make sense if they were going to make a card game just to stay in their lane, I guess. But I don't want to assume that just because they made Hearthstone, they're going to make a card game. So.
Yeah, Record's on Steam. Just made sure. A lot of Microsoft Studio games are going to Steam. Claudia, what do you think about this news for your second dinner? What Marvel game you think they're working on, and what type of Marvel game? Think double A, card game. Damn. Someone got him.
Keep talking about today.
Well, I guess we'll move on from this topic. I guess Slotty is doing something. So I think that is it. Oh, Super Lucky's Tale.
Hold on, I'm back.
Oh, you're back. Oh man.
Yeah, sorry, I put you on mute. Sorry, my bad. So I think it's a card game. And honestly, I made a video on this, to be honest with you, and I said that it's most likely it's because they done Hearthstone, and if they've got like qualifications to, if they got like some sort of background doing with card games, then it makes sense. Microtransactions, stuff like that. It makes sense for them to just do a Marvel card game featuring possibly Fantastic Four and possibly some of the other Marvel characters like Spider-Man, Iron Man, all of that.
Do you think Marvel would actually allow microtransactions in their game?
Yeah,
I think so.
especially on mobile. Yeah,
Well, it depends. Like, I don't know. I don't think because they're canceling a lot of their mobile games for Marvel, stuff like that. So
I don't think it would be a console game because if you look at it, these guys worked on mobile games especially.
Or it could be an indie game. Gotta also think about that, like
it could be an indie game,
side-scrolling game. It could be something like that that still can happen and stuff.
It could be, but like
Right.
it just makes sense because it's just the fact that they're not going to work on the Guardians of the Galaxy game because that has been rumored for a long time to be at Square Enix.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't say that. I would say a different character if they were going to do a game. It could be an indie game. It just like would look like very. It's not going to be a AAA. It's going to be straight up.
It'd be an either AA or indie game.
If it's not none of those, then it's a card game.
Yeah, it's a card game for sure. Yeah, I still think it's a card game because just on the basis of the developers within the higher ups that are in the team that mostly worked on the card game, so they've got background on that. I doubt that they even worked on console game based. So that's my honest opinion on that. And yeah, I hope you don't mind me switching gears a little bit. It's just about Square Enix, right?
Yeah.
And like their job listing has been posted up recently on LinkedIn and also on the Square Enix website. There's been hints of an announcement that it's going to be coming this year, like more like marketing for the game, and so we could be seeing something pretty soon, like let's say E3 or beyond that. So
yeah, I definitely think E3 or whatever PlayStation event is going to be for PlayStation 5. I think that it's either at E3, one of people's stages, or PlayStation event for PlayStation 5. I very much still think the Avengers game will be
a 2020 release. Yeah,
a 2020. I think it's going to be next gen, or if it's not next gen, a cross-generational game.
I think it's going to be cross-generation because I've been told some different things about the game, but it's like but with this game, like what I saw on Twitter and stuff, and I was just like, this guy might be onto things. So I really think that the Avengers project most likely will be E3. They'll probably have like the Square Enix press conference because don't forget,
that's true.
PlayStation is going to be there, Xbox will be there, so they'll have like two different press conferences that they can easily show off like multiple things with that game anyway.
And my thing is, will they? I still think somehow PlayStation's going to have marketing rights to the Avengers game.
No, it's multi-platform.
No, I said marketing rights.
Yeah, marketing rights, not exclusivity. Just that they're going to get like all the like DLC
promotions and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean promotional wise? Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe, but I doubt it though because
I don't know. Wasn't all the like? I mean, doesn't Square work with Xbox though?
Yeah.
Square only with Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Kingdom Hearts is PlayStation.
Deus Ex was Xbox, wasn't
it? Yeah. Deus Ex.
Wait, what?
The marketing rights for Deus Ex, wasn't that?
I don't know which one that was, to be honest.
I think that was
a good question.
I think that was Xbox
I
because
think it was 2, but I
because
don't remember because
Final Fantasy VII,
came out.
also
Final Fa-
Kingdom
Final Fa-
Kingdom Hearts, Final Fantasy 15, like that's all PlayStation marketing rights and stuff like
yeah,
that.
I doubt that they're gonna have like marketing rights for Sony anyway because it's because Xbox needs this like point that they need a big AAA budget game to basically get
I don't
fans
know. I
rallied.
think because of the good, publicity, Sony has a good relationship with, Square as well as Marvel. So
Mhm.
I think it would very much make sense if they were to do marketing rights for the,
But
PlayStation.
true that. But at the end of the day, Square Enix had lied to us. They said, "Oh, 2018, we're gonna show you something," and then they never did.
Well, my thing is, Square isn't good with promoting, and not promoting, but like
Lied
doing
to their
things in a
fans.
timely manner. That's how I'll say that.
Yeah.
Timely mannered.
Yep, I agree on that. But the timely thing they put, and it was just like, no.
Like, I don't blame Final Fantasy VII on them. I blame Final Fantasy 15 on them. I blame
Final
them Kingdom Hearts switching engines to Unreal Engine instead of the Illuminous engine. That also is why it took a little while for Kingdom Hearts to come out and all that.
But it's but don't forget, this is Square Enix, so they will have. I know this for sure. Like Square Enix will definitely put like 2 different trailers, simultaneously similar to each other, but they're gonna show everything at E3. Because I doubt, and plus don't forget, there's a Comic-Con coming up as well. New York Comic-Con, San Diego Comic-Con. They'll probably show stuff off there as well. So it makes sense. And then, the Avengers movie coming out as well.
Yep.
Marketing.
Which will tie, like the same thing with Spider-Man happened was before the movie came out. The marketing for Spider-Man PS4 was right near it with the suits and stuff. So
yeah, so I think
very much sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. Marketing for Avengers 4, marketing for Captain Marvel, all those types of things to be in the Avengers project would make sense. And I think that this could actually latch on to Spider-Man as well, because Spider-Man is within that window too. So it very well could mean that the Avengers project announcement possibly could be in June, July, and then and then by PSX or VGAs or some round by that time we'll get something from Square Enix again in their little press conference that they do every year.
That's also if the press conference happens, because they got a lot of flack for that last press conference they put out for E3 2018. Yeah. So I don't know if they have enough games to show off to
I think there's 2 or 3 games I believe Square Enix is working on currently.
Yeah, well, Final Fantasy VII ain't coming out for a while because Nomura is.
No, but
I don't know if he's doing a DLC.
Don't forget. No, but don't forget, there's still not only the Avengers project, but there's a rumored Guardians of the Galaxy.
But that's also being rumored that Crystal is also doing it. So that doesn't make sense. So it's like.
No, but if it is coming from Square Enix, right?
Yeah, but it's going to be Crystal though.
Crystal that developers it, right? But Square Enix is helping them with that. If you know what I mean.
No, Eidos is the one that's helping them with Avengers.
Yeah.
Eidos
is helping with them.
It's Eidos and Crystal who are the developers, and Square who is the
publisher.
And Square devs only work on Japanese games.
From what I've heard, though, it's just from what I've heard, it's a similar thing for this Guardians of the Galaxy game alongside the Avengers project. So
that doesn't make sense because they're in Japan. Square Enix's devs that made Kingdom Hearts and that are going to be doing the Final Fantasy VII remake are all in Japan. So that's you can't have these 2 different language barriers working on a game. That's not going to end well.
True.
So that's why I'm saying it's not going to happen.
This is what I've just seen. I don't know whether it's true or not, but there is some other games I do know possibly there could be some more Kingdom Hearts DLC and stuff they could show. There's also the obviously the Avengers project, but I think mainly it's just Kingdom Hearts and Avengers project. They'll show more.
So that's not gonna justify, full-blown conference though. So that's the thing. Is that, or they're just gonna put out a trailer at E3,
Yeah,
which
I think
also could happen.
it could happen, and then basically this would satisfy the fans and get people rallying up for the Avengers project alongside the Arkham game, potentially as well.
I also think that Square cannot show a CGI trailer. It has to be gameplay.
It has to be gameplay. If there's no gameplay, then they are literally done. Like, not done, but like they're done as in terms of people interested in their game.
Mhm.
Because people have been begging them for, to do a not Arkham, what's it called? Begging them to show something, and they've said no, we can't show anything. And I'm just like, at least show us something, image or whatnot, and they haven't. So that's a problem right there. And they showed it off too early. Like you said, they did show it off too early. So I think though the way Square Enix is handling this is really bad, and I think if they announce it, and from what we saw from the job listings and stuff, marketing for the game, I think this could be a year of superhero games. To be honest with you, it could be, because if you think about it, 3 or 4 superhero games announcement, one game already been announced for this year, which is the Ultimate Alliance 3. And then you've got Avengers, and then you got Arkham. So there's 3 games right there.
Yeah.
So that's what I think. What about you guys? What do you guys think?
I still don't know if Arkham is coming out this year.
Right.
I think it might come out next year with the next gen consoles. I think that's why they keep rebooting it, like canceling and rebooting it.
Right.
But also remember that Arkham Origins also came out when PlayStation 3 was already out. Yeah. PlayStation 4 was already out.
Yeah, that's what they did. They
it came out right. Like I thought it came out right before PS4 came out, because it came out in October of.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
October,
if PlayStation 5 is having a tentative, early 2020 release, I don't think it's gonna come out. If it's gonna if they do the same type of release, which I'm thinking they are, as a fall release.
Yeah. And that's what I've been thinking. It could be a fall release for Arkham, but also this could mean also for like a big thing for Avengers, where they could possibly show something and then get people hyped up again, but at the end of the year, and possibly announce, release it by January, February of next year, let's say. So but what about the Avengers project for you guys though?
Yeah.
Jigga?
I have no opinion on that.
You got no opinion on the Avengers project?
Really
Marketing? Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Like, I agree with you, Claudia, that like they said info in 2018, and there was no info in 2018. So I don't know if they were trolling us or if they're in a big rewriting stage that they had to completely rewrite the game, or they just haven't started on the game yet. That's a common thing with Square.
They might have announced that partnership, and then they let's make a CGI trailer, and that could have been the case.
That could have been the case, and then they basically didn't have anything for a full year.
Because keep in mind, like, no matter how the quality of the game was, Eidos was working on Shadow of the Tomb Raider.
Yeah,
so they were most of the time focused on Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Like, no matter what you think of the game, because I know we're heavily critical on that game. But
so their full, like you're saying, that their full focus was on Shadow of the Tomb Raider. There was probably a little bit of Eidos Montreal employees working on
Avengers
Crystal. So probably now, after Shadow of the Tomb Raider, they're probably not going to have a single player DLC now, and the game's starting to die off. That they're going to fully work with Crystal now.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, that's what I think too. It's just going to be full-fledged Avengers now. So that's why the job listing was posted on LinkedIn and Square Enix's website, especially for marketing. So I just think we're just gonna have to wait and see. Of course, if the Avengers project is gonna be at E3, we're still like a few months away from that shit. But like, it's still exciting though to hear from that and see from that on Twitter. So.
Mm-hmm. And we got one more having to do with gaming news, and this is with PlayStation. They released like a video regarding what games are being released in 2019, and they had the games being released like Kingdom Hearts, Resident Evil 2, Sekiro, all these other games, right? Very interesting. Days Gone was there. Last of Us Part 2, Death Stranding, and Ghost of Tsushima is being into the fray. Now, what does this sound to me like? This might be the case that PlayStation 4 is trying to end with a bang, and then we're going into the PlayStation 5 generation. I did also hear rumblings that Ghost of Tsushima might not make it this year, and it might go into next year, and it being cross generational. I heard something like that. So I know that what I'm hearing is Death Stranding is like going to be a fall release, like September or something like that, August or September. And because of The Last of Us being such a heavy hitter, that they're going to put that in fall, like in October or November, is what I'm hearing for that. And Days Gone is, of course, in April, so it's giving it wiggle room. These are rumors though, so take that with a grain of salt from what I've read and heard.
Yeah, I don't see Death Stranding come out this year.
Huh?
So I don't see Death Stranding come out this
Well,
year.
Hideo, we heard, last year that then the final stages of the game being finished, and Hideo said the 2019, the year of the whales. So he's heavily hinted at that it's going to be, probably coming out this year, which I'm not surprised because PlayStation has been saying that this game they're very impressed in how fast this game is being developed. When I was reading some articles about that and stuff like that in the year of the whales, 2019. Who's that funny guy? Not Jimmy. No, Conan. He also is. Yeah, he visited Japan. He visited Hideo Kojima's studio, and he said that, last year he said that next year he will be showing some videos regarding Kojima's studio. So we might be seeing that soon as well. And I'm just saying, man, that's gonna be crazy. If even like Death Stranding, Last of Us come out, that's still a really good year for Sony. And I don't mind Ghost of Tsushima, taking the shelf because I don't see a good window for Ghost. Huh?
I need to come out this year, dog.
No, like what month would it work?
I mean, there's some fucking empty months where it could come out. I can't think of any right now, but I know there's months where there's nothing scheduled to be released right now.
It depends also, like, how far Ghost is along. All I heard is also Last of Us in the final stages as well. I don't know about Ghost. I haven't heard anything of it being in the final stages.
Yeah, me either.
So it makes sense. I'm just thinking Sony's hoping for it to come out in 2019, but in that video montage. But Dreams is also being rumored to be delayed again, which is
oh man, that game's just never going to see the light of day.
That's being rumored. So also take that with grace. That's crazy because Dreams is supposed to be getting a beta. So hopefully it doesn't get delayed again. Because all I know is I feel bad for Media Molecule because they make these like creative games, but like I'm not very much interested in those creative games. I think the most interested I was is in Little Big Planet, but other than that, like even Tearaway, I wasn't that interested in. So it's like I understood why they make these games. They want to be innovative and they want to make RE or artistic games, right? But the game isn't for me. The game isn't for me. That's my whole mantra. It's just shit like that. But that's just me. Chigo, I guess. What did you think about that video montage for 2019 with the PlayStation exclusives? Being in it.
But like Ghost of Tsushima, I really want that this year. I don't know. It's just something about that game just makes me want to play it now. But if they take their time and do it well, I really don't care. But I want it this year. But I mean, as long as it comes out and this is good. Death Stranding, I really don't like. Kojima's a good game creator, but his visions to be just too out there for me. So it's like I'm not really looking forward to that game. If it comes out and people are like, "Oh, it's great," then yeah, I would look at getting it. But from now, I'm good. That's was part 2. I can't see that coming out this year. I really see them pushing that to PS5 or whatever system they had, whatever they call it. That's just a feeling, but I mean, I could be wrong because I don't know shit about like Sony and their game development cycle and console cycle. But I really believe they should just push on that new system, give people a reason to buy it. Or they probably doing double dip though.
Yeah, because what I was also hearing is they want also Ghost of Tsushima acting like The Last of Us in the PS3 generation. That's also what I was hearing too when ending the generation, where they had like The Last of Us. They're trying to end it with Ghost of Tsushima. So that's also what I heard. But Inspector, what did you think, or even hearing about that PlayStation montage video of 2019 games coming out and Death Stranding, Ghost of Tsushima, and Last of Us being in there?
That's interesting. I don't know if it's smart to release all those games like in such like at most those games would probably start coming out near the summertime. And a 6-month window, like a 6-7 month window for all those games is way too short of a window. Because that means all those games will come out within like 6 weeks of each other.
Yeah.
So that seems like cannibalism to me. Like they're cannibalizing the other game. So I see some of them being pushed back. Like I know Days Gone is coming out this year. I think Last of Us might be pushed back to next year. I think Ghost of Tsushima is probably going to stay this year, probably near the end of the year, probably October. And I think Death Stranding is probably going to be delayed until next year. I think that's and Dreams is I don't know about Dreams.
I feel. What about you, Talati? What do you think? Just tell how you did.
Sorry, my mic was adjusted.
So, what did you think about the PlayStation video montage of games coming out in 2019, and Death Stranding being in it, Ghost of Tsushima, and The Last of Us being in it as well?
I would have to agree with Inspector. I don't see Ghost of Tsushima being released this year at all. Not Ghost of Tsushima, sorry, the Death Stranding game. I don't see that being released this year. Ghost of Tsushima, I see that being this year. The Last of Us Part 2 possibly this year, maybe beginning of next year. Yeah, that's what I think. I don't think I just don't really see Death Stranding being that is going to be pushed out for this year because they're still it's not way behind. It's just the fact that they keep on delaying it year after year after year. And it's like I'm sick and tired of seeing that.
Well, it's not being delayed. They didn't give a release date for those.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. Like I'm sick and tired of seeing that flipping weird shit on that trailer.
I don't know, dog. I'm hoping that I get another one.
No,
this year.
no more.
Yeah, they're gonna show it at Conan, and I can't wait.
No more. No more.
Give it to me, Kojima.
No more Death Stranding. Weird.
Dude, you don't understand, man. Some people call him Daddy Senpai.
What?
What?
You didn't know that?
I'm good.
They call that man Daddy Senpai, dude. Jigga. Who do you call Daddy Senpai?
I don't call nobody that. That's a word. I'm not gonna
but
say
like it's like
everybody.
but like seriously though, like Death Stranding does. Death Stranding is fucking Death Stranding. If it comes out this year, fine. If it doesn't, then just next year for sure. So
I'm saying tentatively that because this man.
Okay, I'll make you a bet. Okay, I'll make you a bet.
Oh man, you want in on this bet?
No, I'm good, bro.
Okay,
No.
I'll make you a bet for
I don't make
$5 subscription to Twitch.
Oh,
Right?
$5 subscription. That means I gotta subscribe to you on Twitch.
No, not
Oh
me.
man.
Not me. Somebody
Oh,
else. Yeah.
Somebody else sub to?
Oh, man. Yeah, he definitely got to sub the Jigga Dog.
No, man.
See that Jigga wants in?
Who am I
But, like,
supposed to sub to? Who am I supposed to sub to?
I'll give you like after. I'll tell you after who it is. I don't want to promote him on the stream.
Nah,
So-
you can promote this, man. Just tell me who I gotta sub to.
You have to sub to, right?
Uh-huh.
This man, my boy, my buddy, J-Ro. You have to sub to him.
Oh shit.
I don't care. I don't give two craps.
Okay, fine. Okay, then I gotta say who you're subbing to.
Go
Give me
on.
a second. Who should I have?
Jigga April 91.
Dude, I'm thinking the Jigga. I mean, thinking Jigga for a minute. You know what? You're subbing the Jigga. If
Okay.
if Death Stranding is coming out this year,
Oh,
Okay.
man.
that is the made bet on the podcast episode. So if one of us, loses, and you guys will know who loses. But I'm very firm in my idea that Death Stranding will be releasing this year. The year of the whales is upon us in 2019.
I'm joining the bet. Y'all find somebody for me to sub to.
Wait,
if
what?
it comes out this year, I will sub to somebody. So.
Oh, this man is now going in on this bet.
Okay, I'll tell you who you can sub to.
Oh shit!
You have to sub to one of my good buddies, Philly Rampage.
Philly Rampage. Oh man.
Yeah.
I doubt it's coming out this year, but if it does, I will sub to him.
Okay, cool. We did a 3-way bet. Especially, you want to make it a 4-way bet?
Oh man.
No, I'm not. I'm not part of this. Sorry.
Oh man,
I feel it.
This is gonna happen, bro. Death Stranding is not gonna come out this year. It's gonna come out next year. You're putting $5 on this. I'm putting $5 on this. So we're all doing it.
I'm very confident. Hideo Kojima never lets me down.
Hideo Kojima will let you down this time.
No.
The senpai of all senpais.
Listen, Daddy Senpai will never let a man down.
Please do not call him that.
Daddy Senpai. Be down.
Anyway.
Oh, shit, I'm done. Oh, that's too much. That made me cringe a bit. I'm not gonna lie about that shit. All right, so we're going into the movie side of things and TV side of things because we're done with the game.
Yeah.
Avengers Endgame. We're gonna go really quick into like rapid news for Avengers Endgame. Heard a couple things. Avengers Endgame supposedly might be 3 hours long. Marketing is only gonna be the first 25 minutes of the movie, nothing after. And that's about it regarding Avengers Endgame, which makes sense. I feel it's gonna be interesting because not many movies do this. And they don't want to give away the surprise or any of the battles or something like that. And I'm fine with it. I mean, we're getting hyped for it, and I'm getting hyped for the movie, and I don't really want to see any more of the movie, to be honest. So I can go in with, with a not clean slate, but, being surprised, not knowing what's going to happen. But Jigga, what do you think about it? Possibly having a 3-hour, watch time, and the marketing for the movie for trailers is going to be like only the first 25 minutes.
Like because you don't want them to spoil the movie, bro. I hate movies where you see like a big battle scene and expose the movie, bro. Don't do that. But I'm okay with that time because there's a lot they have to go through. A lot they have to explain. So that I want when it comes to this, if they usually do their movies right to where it's there's not much fucking crap going on that you don't care about or a lot of filler where it's they could have cut this out. So I'm good with it, bro.
I feel. What about you, Inspector? What do you think about this?
Sorry, I blanked. What?
That Avengers is rumored to have a 3-hour runtime, and the marketing is only going to be like the first 25 minutes of the movie.
I mean, I don't know about the marketing part because they're gonna have to show like those action scenes
Mm-hmm.
in the trailers. Like if they show a lot of restraint, I'm gonna be surprised. But I think they're gonna have to at least show a few action scenes in the
Mhm.
trailers.
Do you
to give
think like there
people
could be an action scene in the first 25 minutes? And
Oh, there's
that's,
gonna be action scenes all throughout the movie.
yeah,
So
that's what I'm saying.
I know, but to be honest, like I still don't trust that. I still think they're gonna put like there are scenes in trailers that are the final scene in the movie or like the final battle in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not gonna say they're lying to us about that, but like I don't really believe them. But when it comes to the 3 hour runtime, like I'm fine with it. I felt there was parts of Infinity War that could have been cut out, but
Mm.
like I still feel because I felt with Infinity War the beginning was kind of jumpy. It was kind of all over the place in
Mhm.
terms of what I know they were setting up all the plot lines, but like it felt really jumpy to me in terms of pacing.
Yeah.
Like
I can see that.
like I don't mind a 3 hour runtime. It's definitely well with the 3 hour runtime, it's gonna be in less theaters, like less showings, but
Yeah.
I mean, knowing Disney, they'll probably like get a bunch of theaters anyway.
Yeah, they're like, yo, we're getting you some money, guys. We're having all these, auditoriums and shit like that for us. And then a lot of other movie companies are going to get pissed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But, Disney got the monies, though. So, what do you think about this, Taladi?
I like the fact it's 3 hours. Marketing, I'm not too sure on.
Mm-hmm.
That's straightforward and simple.
All right.
But they don't really have to market it because it's like people already know. They like if you've seen all the other movies, you're basically guaranteed that you want to go see this. Like, so it's like they don't really have to do much marketing. It's like you know what you want to see. This is what you want to see. Like, go see it.
I mean, Infinity War was like the biggest movie for them, so it's like,
Yep.
like everyone's like, "What the fuck happened, bro? I gotta see the next movie." So it's like one of those things. So this pains me to say it. But I'm still gonna watch the movies. Still pains me to see what I'm seeing. Before it, like yesterday, everyone's getting hyped up by Glass. The embargo lifted.
I've got nothing to say on this. So,
man, oh man, it is getting very mixed review. Some people said it was going to be a very divisive movie, and it's a very divisive movie. It's like, I don't know. I need to form my own opinion. I'm still going to see it no matter what, but my expectations have been lowered.
I should be able to come back and whether I can give y'all an L or a W, whether Split and the other one is that good. If they're not that good, then y'all all get an L.
Oh man. I mean, I'm the only one going to get an L. Inspector doesn't like those movies.
I didn't like Split, but
I like Split.
I thought McAvoy was fine, but I thought all the rest of the performances were forgettable and like it was just a typical movie to me.
Mm.
And to me, like the ending didn't hit me because I haven't seen Unbreakable. That's the problem with the ending of Split is that if you haven't seen Unbreakable, there's
it's
no
not going to mean anything to you.
To the ending.
Yeah, I got that downloaded too. So I'm watched that before, didn't watch Split.
Mm-hmm. But what do you think about this, Inspector? About this, the very mixed and very divisive reception to you at Glass?
I'm both surprised and not surprised because one, it's kind of surprising because of how well the reaction was to Split.
Yeah,
and it's kind of not surprising because it's M. Night Shyamalan and he's very hit and miss.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Not gonna lie, he is very hit and miss, man. 1 minute he's hitting the home run. Next,
one minute he has something like Unbreakable, and then the other minute he has something like The Village, or The Happening,
or of Avatar, Last Airbender.
Yeah.
Oh, I shudder when I think about that movie.
That angers me so much.
But But
Like, he didn't have to do much to make that good, and he's fucked it up still.
he's really bad with big budget movies. That's all I gotta say. So I watched Bird Box. I thought it was a solid movie. I did have some problems with it.
Have you tried the Bird Box Challenge yet?
Oh my gosh, dude! This was the article I have pulled up right now. Netflix doesn't want you to take the Bird Box challenge. Like, do I got to do a rant right now? Are people this stupid in life, like to say, "Let me do the Bird Box challenge"? Like, are you like, are you dumb?
Something good, dumb? People going to do a challenge of it. Yeah, people are dumb.
It's like, bro, let's do it outside. Car runs you over. Oh man, I guess I failed the Bird Box challenge. It's like, no shit. You got run over because you're doing a dumb challenge that could hurt yourself. Even in your house, right? You're doing the Bird Box challenge. What if you got like a place of knives and that gets knocked over because you're doing the Bird Box challenge, you get cut up. Oh, I guess I failed. Like,
it's not even that hard. You fucking walk around the corner and you don't forget that corner, you bump your leg and fall and bust your head on the table, you're dead.
Yeah. I don't know how, like, it's like Netflix gets blamed for this type of stuff. It's like, it's not their fault. It's people's fault. Like, granted, I hate 13 Reasons Why, but they don't have to. They shouldn't be putting a disclaimer that this shit isn't real, and you guys should not take this stuff to heart. And people have suicidal tendencies and stuff. Like, you should seek help. Like, Netflix shouldn't have to do that. It is like self-known. Like, you should know this by now, as people in like society. But we're people get babied too much, dude. It's like a company has to come into it.
When you look at them, it's like people should know that this is something you shouldn't do, but people still do it, like fucking drinking bleach. And it's like, bro, it's simple fact that if you're a person, you know that bleach is not good for you. Eating a Tide Pod is not good for you, but people still do it because they're dumb.
Yeah, I think it's dumb. What do you think about this, Inspector?
It's stupid. It's just another stupid meme challenge, but people are getting hurt.
Yeah. Do you honestly think Netflix should even issue this thing? Like, say this?
No.
They got to cover their back.
Yeah, they have to cover. They have to cover them.
But that's so crazy. Like, they shouldn't have to, though. This is like
they shouldn't have to. They shouldn't have to, but people are stupid, and they have to cover their backs, because they're going to have a lot of liability on them, so they have to bring out the statement.
I'm surprised. So we haven't had like superhero challenge. Like, oh, I'm Spider-Man. Let me try go climbing a wall or something like that, or do a backflip like 3 times. Like, no, I just can't.
Like when you see a commercial like with dude like speeding down the street, like doing all this swerving and stuff. It's like they have to put a professional on the closed street or something. It's like, you shouldn't have to do that. But people are dumb. Like, oh, let me see that. Oh, I'm definitely going to try that. And it's like, no, you shouldn't.
Yeah.
Overall, I did like the movie, though.
Mm-hmm.
It was a solid movie.
Yep. What about you, Slotty? What do you think about the Bird Box challenge and Netflix having to, issue that statement of saying, yeah, don't do the Bird Box challenge?
I agree with them. Don't do it. Very dangerous. And you don't know what you're going to get into.
Exactly. All right, more Netflix news. Stranger Things season 3 release date has been, announced. A poster was shown. Yeah, it's coming out July 4th. I'm hyped. I liked both the seasons. I did think there was one boring episode in season 2. It was when Eleven was like hanging out with those other group of people. Thought it was just boring, really boring. That's just me though. I'm not hating on it. I do like Stranger Things though, but people are sensitive about issuing some criticism, even if their favorite show. But I'm hyped for it. July 4th. It went back to like the original season release date for the first season. So yeah, it's the 4th of July too. So that's awesome. What do you think about this, Sugar?
I actually like both the first 2 seasons. First one was better than the second one, but I like both of them. I enjoy both of them, and I'm looking forward to this, bro.
Oh, that's good. What about you, Inspector? What do you think about the release date for Stranger Things season 3?
Cool. I never really got into Stranger Things, but
Should.
cool.
Need to. Oh, look at this! I gotta say one thing though. Wow, man, they're promoting this before it comes out.
Oh wow! I'm like Punisher.
Oh, dude,
Oh god.
We're getting into it right after this,
about?
dude.
Okay.
Okay. What about you, Talati? What do you think about the Stranger Things season 3 coming out July 4th?
I wasn't into Stranger Things.
Oh man, you need to watch it, man. I gotta get you guys one day to watch this.
That's one thing that's surprising about that show. It's like a sci-fi show, but people who I know who are not into sci-fi shows are really bigging up the show. That was surprising to me.
All right, Netflix, you have failed me so hard.
You have failed this city.
Oh no, I'm not gonna do that, dude.
I did it.
Yeah.
End of story.
Yeah, you're like Barry Allen who did that in the Elseworlds crossover.
It's dead yet.
They're going to next month, very much so. So Punisher, right? Guess what? You guys didn't know, but Punisher didn't get a trailer yet. None. Today we just got the poster. January 18th, right? Huh.
It's dead.
Trailer comes out tomorrow. Huh. The show comes out next fucking week, and we're getting the first trailer. Where's the hype? Like Netflix, you're literally dooming the show. You're putting no marketing into it. You're basically telling us, yeah, this show's already dead. We're not going to put any money into it. We're going to cancel it because, fuck Disney, fuck the streaming service. We don't want to promote them. That's like, dude, at least promote the show. It's like, I don't understand this. For me, as like, I'm big into Punisher, right? I liked season 1. I think the writer and showrunner is fantastic. He did like amazing work in Hannibal. And I just don't understand. Is it really like they really want people to dislike them? It's like, granted, I like their other shows. I think their other shows are awesome. There are some shows that are bad, but listen, give Punisher the justice it deserves. Give the promotion. Let people know this show is coming out. Like I had to scour the internet to find this stuff out that it was coming out in January because they weren't promoting it. They were last year they were having that scissor reel of shows coming out next year, and then Punisher showed up for January, the January shows, and that's terrible. That was terrible, and now it's terrible that we just finally got the poster, and look at the Stranger Things season 3 poster came out, and it's January, legit 6 months of marketing that they could put throughout. It's not even a month. Not even a month for Punisher. It's a week. It's a fucking week. Fuck Netflix. But, I still like you guys, but dude, fuck you guys for that type of decision for marketing for Punisher. It's like, you're not doing shit for it.
But if you know you're going to lose a job, are you on the last day, are you going to go in and be fucking working your hardest? No, you're going to just fucking mail it in. They're already fucking canceling the series, so they're just mailing it in, bro. Like
that just pisses me off, though.
I mean, it's annoying and it sucks, but it's what we gotta do, bro.
It's like a damn shame. It really is a fucking damn shame.
If they cancel it, dude, then
I mean, they're definitely gonna be canceled. Like this is the most pathetic marketing.
This is their loss at the end of the day. Netflix lost.
Yeah. And it's just like not a lot of people are going to be able to see it because it's not going to be promoted much. It's awful.
It's barely been promoted on, internet.
It hasn't been promoted at all. There's like 2 posters and no trailer.
Yeah. The trailer comes out tomorrow.
There was like a 30-second trailer, but that was it. Before,
so it was a teaser for like the actual release date. Yeah. And now we're actually getting a full-fledged trailer tomorrow, and then the show comes out next Friday. So you already know how this is going to end. They're going to cancel it. And then you got Jessica Jones left, and
that's going to get canceled.
It'll be the same thing, same type of marketing, bullshit marketing. awful marketing, and you get that release date.
Yeah.
What do you think about it, Inspector?
You pretty much said every word out of my mouth.
Yep.
Yeah.
Same here. You said the word right out of my mouth.
It's a fucking damn shame. It really is. All right, so I got a couple more topics. CW orders Batwoman pilot with Game of Thrones director involved. I mean, that was very much apparent that they were gonna do this. It's gonna be interesting. David Nutter, I completely forgot what episodes he directed in Game of Thrones, but he direct. Okay, David Nutter will lead the pilot. Nutter has directed such episodes of Game of Thrones as The Reigns of Casimir, The Red Wedding, and has more episodes on the way in the upcoming final season. Yeah, he's a good one. He's a good one. I think that's a perfect director.
I mean, here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
The director is only as good as the writer that they get.
That's true.
And you know CW writers.
Oh, yeah. They're writers, they're not comparable to Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
so, yeah
I love Batwoman as a character, but I'm still kind of hesitant about this series.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think Ruby Rose did a fine job, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people said she just acted like Ruby Rose, and I'm like, I can't really discern that because I don't know, like, her as a person.
Yeah.
So I can't really say if she played herself or not.
Mm-hmm.
But well, I haven't seen her in anything, so I can't really say. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
It's not like Jack Nicholson, who plays Jack Nicholson in every one of his movies. But people, but people don't mind because it's Jack Nicholson and he's great in every movie that he's in. But like, I'm indifferent. Like, I love Batwoman as a character, but I'm still hesitant about the whole CW thing.
Yeah. What about you, Taylor? What do you think about the Batwoman show coming up?
About the Batwoman show, I think that it depends on how the pilot goes. Really, I think they chose a good director, so we'll just have to wait and see for the final product to see how well the pilot show does.
And what about you, Jojo? What do you think about this, or you got no opinion?
I don't like what the CW is doing. Like, it's like they're going all in on superheroes, but it's like they're good for like 1 or 2 seasons, and they just fall off. And it's like, I guess they banking on like, yep, we're going to get the people in, and like, also, I don't know. It's just.
I'm not gonna lie. I watched that Elseworld thing, and right. They really put Superman down at the last episode. They were like walking all over this man. Like with a Supergirl and Lois Lane were talking and stuff like that. And it's like, like I don't like talk about the SJWs type of stuff, but they did say some interesting things of like, women are, very less prone to, violence and stuff like this and all this stuff. And Supergirl is going to do a technically better job than Superman would and all this other stuff. And I'm like, alrighty.
Like, that's the dumbest. Superman is the most fucking anti-violent dude there is.
Mm-hmm.
For like to have the power that he has.
Well, except that he punches everything he sees. That's like his.
No,
I mean,
he doesn't. That's like
I know, but I'm joking. But like,
yeah.
A lot of people joke that his main power is that he punches
people. Yeah, yeah. Well, did you see that episode I was talking about? Inspector.
I watched the first 2 episodes of Elseworlds and didn't watch the last one.
Yeah, This is from supposedly the Supergirl showrunner that directed that episode. It was very apparent. It felt very different and stuff like that. And I was just like, alrighty. This feels way different than the Flash and Arrow episodes did. And I can understand why, because I saw a lot of montages on YouTube and stuff like that of Supergirl. And I was like, yeah, I'm glad I did not invest in this show. It's pretty bad.
Girl, I watched like an episode and it was like, this is not made for a man.
Oh, no, it's not.
And not like, there's like even like female characters are made, like not made for men, but it's like, as a man, I can enjoy her story. That
Like
I feel
Wonder
like it's
Woman.
made for
Like Wonder
teen
Woman.
female.
I would say
Yeah,
Wonder
like,
Woman is really good.
her shit is made for teen girls, and it's like I'm not watching that shit, bro.
Like I feel like Wonder Woman is an amazing superhero that does not tear another man down to like.
Yeah, it's like you can fucking enjoy that as a man, woman, child, girl, boy. Everybody can enjoy that, but it's like Supergirl, I feel like it's not made for anybody except for teen girls.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was
hope
like,
it showed well.
Yeah. So now I saw Watchmen. Actually, new footage of Watchmen. HBO released like their 2019 lineup of shows. They showed Game of Thrones season 8. They showed new footage of that, and also they showed Watchmen, and it was very different than I thought it was going to be. Jeremy Irons is in it. He's old Asmodeus or Osmodeus. I thought they were going to make it just change his age, but this is taking place after the.
This is I guess a sequel to Watchmen.
Yes, and there's a new Rorschach, and there's some new characters.
So they're basically doing a Doomsday Clock, but without
DC characters.
Without the DC characters.
Something like that. That's what it was like barely any it was like 10 seconds because it was a montage of stuff.
Yeah.
So I gotta see more stuff. I'm intrigued because of the showrunner and writer on the show. I'm hoping it's good. And Game of Thrones, I don't have no problem with it. And also, supposedly the HBO boss has seen Game of Thrones final 6 episodes. And HBO CEO Richard Plepler, oh my gosh, Plepler. Oh yeah, Perry the Platypus has seen a rough cut of the final 6 episodes of Game of Thrones, and he is in awe of them, even without any CGI. Oh my gosh. Plepler spoke to Variety during HBO's post-Golden Globes party last night. They won a lot. And said, in regards to Game of Thrones, that everybody's in for an extraordinary treat of storytelling and of magical production. It's spectacle. The guys have done 6 movies. The reaction I had while watching them was, I'm watching a movie, Plepler said. Plepler continued by praising showrunners David Benioff and D.B. Wise, saying they knew the bar was high and they exceeded the bar. I've watched them twice without any CGI. I'm in awe. Everybody's in for an extraordinary treat of storytelling. Okay. So I don't know why they put that quote again. That was weird. Personally, I also heard rumors that it's going to be 90 minutes for each episode, which kind of makes it like movie length episodes, and I'm hyped for them. This is the last final season.
That's too long.
I mean, 6 episodes though. I need extra footage, Jigga. I cannot have 60 minutes if it's only 6 episodes. I need an hour and a half.
You're right, dog.
Yeah, but let's be real. The CEO of HBO is gonna have to say these things, though. It is what are they gonna say? The show sucks. I was disappointed. No, they can't say any of that. But no, I expect it to be really good. HBO has never been. I mean, Game of Thrones hasn't been disappointing at all. There was probably the worst season was I think 5 to me, but other than that, it's a really good show. And it's one of my top favorites. But what do you think about this, Sugar?
As someone who has seen the movie a long time ago and don't remember half that shit, it's the characters were good in that movie. I remember that. So I'm really looking forward to this, bro. Because HBO,
it has a lot of good shows and stuff like that.
Other than Westworld, which I can't get into, they make good shows, bro. The Wire, they're known for making quality shows that you can just fucking sit there and enjoy days in. So it's you know what? I'm really hyped.
I am too. What about you, Inspector? What do you think about them saying this type of stuff, or do you not really, care?
I don't really care.
What about you, Talati?
I don't really care either.
All right. So we got 2 more movie news And one more other thing for DC, and then we're done. Venom 2 confirmed. New director may be hired. After the success of the recent Sony Marvel anti-hero film Venom, it looks like Sony is already making progress towards a sequel. Variety reports that Sony has made negotiations with Venom screenwriter Kelly Marcel to return for Venom 2. Sources are saying Marcel will also take on a role of executive producer for the sequel, and that Tom Hardy will return as Eddie Brock. And Michelle Williams and Woody Harrelson are also expected to return for Venom 2. Where a director has not been named yet. It's unlikely we'll see the original Venom director Ruben Fleischer return, as he's likely be hard at work in getting Zombieland 2 ready for an October 2019 release. Makes sense. Movie did numbers. I thought it was not good nor bad. I thought it was in the middle.
I disagree.
But that's just me, though. I gave it like a 6 out of 10 for me. That's just my thought. Personally,
do you not like it? Do you like it or not like it, Jigga?
I would put it like a fucking not a like a 7.8, where it's not top tier, but it's really enjoyable. If you go in and just don't have no preconceived notes and just want to watch something good.
Okay.
I really like it.
But my question is, are we surprised about this, or did we know like the sequel's happening? Okay.
It did numbers.
I heard it did a lot of money. Yeah,
it does.
Like,
yeah, $855 million.
Yep. So
I mean, it's not going to beat Aquaman, who's nearing $1 billion.
Yeah.
So
Aquaman is doing numbers.
Yeah, he's going to. Trades are saying Aquaman is going to break $1 billion by Saturday.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Which is nuts for an Aquaman movie.
Yeah, I think the marketing was good for the film.
Yeah.
So
like, it's great that he's doing these numbers. I don't know if it's going to have as much cultural relevance as, let's say, Black Panther did.
Oh yeah.
Or Wonder Woman, but Wonder Woman made less money. But Wonder Woman still had a big like cultural, like a cultural backing to it because of her being a female. Like I think Captain Marvel is kind of gonna have the same, but I think I think Captain Marvel is gonna make money.
I don't think it's gonna make money as much as Wonder Woman.
I don't. I think it's probably gonna make like 700 something. It's probably gonna be around Ant-Man level, Ant-Man and the Wasp, probably Doctor Strange. Probably.
I'm just not liking Brie Larson's like.
Me neither.
Well, just I want to say her as a.
I think it's just her line delivery.
Well, I want to also say like the stuff she's saying though about like
it's very generic.
That and also like out of film wise when she's discussing Thanos and stuff, I was just like, don't
like,
say stuff like this, dude. Oh, Thanos is wimpy. I'm like. Okay, here we go.
See, that's what y'all get for paying too much attention. I ain't paying no attention to what she said.
And I just don't like the marketing so far. I feel it's really cheesy. I get what they're trying to do.
It's going to be a cheesy move.
It's not just like the time period. Like I don't mind that. It's just like where they change the her into a hero. It's just like that's like really cheesy.
That's it's cheesy.
That's really on the nose.
On the nose of like, oh man, here females can be heroes too. It's like we already knew this.
Yeah, we already knew this. Like we already knew this from Wonder Woman. Like I'm not trying to pit them. I'm not trying to pit them together because I know there's a.
Well, my thing is, I think Wonder Woman is just a better job, and I think Brie Larson, as a person, I just don't care for her. But that's just me.
Yeah.
I think Wonder Woman handles the message of it being a powerful woman better than.
Well, it's not even
Brie Larson.
about her being a powerful woman. She's just a great. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. But she's a great character, and it capitulates that she doesn't have to tear another character down. And the Brie Larson does something completely different, and she's very like. I just don't like her when she says something.
Like that's the problem with like some feminists. It's like feel like to lift up women, they have to tear men down, and it's like that. Don't do that, bro. Because that's just going to make other people bitter. Then it's like the problems that we need to solve are never going to get solved if we're fighting amongst each other instead of looking at the problems and solving them.
I agree.
Like, don't fucking just like make a strong character who just happens to be a female, and people will love it, bro. It's that simple.
I agree. Also, we have to. Oh wow! I think we got one thing. I'm on the DC Universe app. All right, 7-day free trial because of Young Justice. Twitter user, take this with a grain of salt. I saw this because it was retweeted by a person I know, shocked, saying that DC's Universe app peak was 700,000 subscribers from the time it's been out. And they also said WB is not liking those numbers. Still take this with a grain of salt, and that if it does not improve, it will be folded into the WB app that they're making with AT&T. Inspector, you have the app as well.
Yeah.
Universe. Do you think that this might be true with these type of numbers?
I think it might be true, but I hate people are comparing this to Netflix. It's like you can't compare this to Netflix. It's a totally different streaming service. And not only that is that DC has teamed up with Comixology Unlimited and to put their library on Comixology Unlimited. And they're pretty much like moving, like they're gonna have the same library on DC Universe as they do on Comixology, but the library on Comixology is going to be like pretty much everything, where DC Universe is just like a spattering of different things. I get what people are saying is that they should have released it internationally, but like I don't know about that. Like, I don't know if releasing it internationally would have upped the subscriber count much, because you're like with DC Universe, they're pretty much focusing on DC Comics readers, and not only is comic book collecting a niche, you're marketing towards a certain audience of that niche. So you're basically cutting your audience down even more. Like, when you make it a comic book app, you cut your audience in half. But then when you make it just targeted towards DC, you cut it in half even more. So you're basically getting a quarter of what you would get if it was like an all-inclusive app. So I think it would make sense for them to fold it into the Warner Brothers app, even though I don't know if, like, Warner Brothers is probably working on an app, but they haven't announced it yet. So,
and also hearing rumblings that HBO is also going to be folded to the WB app.
Oh, that makes sense to me. But I mean, after Game of Thrones,
HBO,
yeah, because HBO is owned by WB,
and AT&T.
The majority is owned by WB,
and AT&T owns all of them. So that is it. That's it, actually. Any other things you guys want to say before we head out?
No.
Not really.
All right. No. We'll do our outros, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to hit the like button to show your support, as well as if you guys are watching this as a video, make sure to comment below. Let us know what you guys thought about our opinions on these topics, and what you guys want from us next episode regarding like questions. It doesn't matter when it comes to gaming and movies. Also, make sure to share this podcast with your friends, and also make sure to hit the subscribe button as well as the bell notification, so you guys can get updates when the episodes go live, and as well as my content. And also head over to my Twitter channel, my Twitter page. I'm at 99 followers. We're almost about to hit that 100 mark. So one of you guys, make sure to hit that follow button so we can hit the 100. And also go over to my Twitch channel. I don't know when I'm going to stream because I busted my thumb. So whenever my thumb is better, I will be streaming there. It's going to probably more Dream Drop distance because Kingdom Hearts 3 is coming out soon. So I need to finish that real quick. And make sure to hit that follow button there on Twitch as well. And hope you guys are having a great day. And Jigo, where can they find you at?
Before we do all that, I'm just going to say Kingdom Hearts 1 is trash. Really trash. And if you want to see me play that trash game, go to twitch.tv/JigApril. You can go to Mixer. I think it's just JigApril. I don't really use Mixer that much, but I do stream there. And that's about it. Catch me on Twitter, JigApril1.
All right. And what about you, Inspector? Where can they find you at?
They can follow me on Twitter at the Inspector, and they can find my new article tomorrow on Batman's bookcase. My first article of the new year.
Yeah, make sure to go find that, guys, and read that. And Taladia, what can they find you at?
You can find me on Twitter, which is at mtaladia. You can also find my YouTube channel, which is Taladia Plays, and also my Twitch channel, which is twitch.tv/Taladia Plays. And I'll be doing more content this week about Arkham 2019 and Marvel games on my YouTube channel. I have got a video prepped up for Marvel games with the whole logo thing, which I'll be doing video with Origin Gamer, which has already been done. So that'll be posted either tomorrow or Friday. And I should be doing a video with Red Hood on Saturday, which will be posted on Sunday, guys. So expect that video. We'll be talking about possibility of announcement dates as the Game Informer cover and a CGI trailer. So we'll be talking about that in that video, guys. So make sure you tune in. And yeah.
Okay. All right, guys. This is the Overleveled Podcast. Signing off.